Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm finally back from California. It's been such an awesome experience at this Gung Ho tournament. I've decided to create a video and share with you guys what my experiences were. We'll go from day to day, from the day I arrived to the tournament day. It's been such a great experience. And so on the first day, December 5th, this was a Saturday, all the contestants were flown to Los Angeles to stay at the hotel. Nothing was planned on this day. I think it was because a lot of the contestants were flying in at different times of the day. I managed to show up really early, I think before noon on Saturday. And my girlfriend Jessica, she's such a sweetheart. She was able to drive me around California because she's from there. She had a car, which was great. And I was able to meet up with a few fans that afternoon. So we drove to Little Tokyo and we met with Andy and Josh at Daikokuya, which is an awesome ramen shop if you guys are ever out in Little Tokyo. But Andy and Josh treated Jess and I to ramen, and they were so nice. We were able to talk about Puzzle and Dragons, Dungeon Link, and after that we were walking around Little Tokyo and we're looking for Puzzle and Dragons merchandise because they have shops with anime stuff, and we're looking for maybe cool things, and we ended up finding statues. But towards the end of the night, we run into this bookstore, right? And Jessica found this book, and it was the Puzzle and Dragons illustration book. We all really wanted to see what was inside of it, but it was shrink wrapped. We weren't able to do that, and so I picked it up. I'm like, man, it'd be really cool to have this. How much is this? Holy cow, it's really expensive. I put it down, and we walk around looking for some cool stuff. And Andy and Josh, they secretly bought this book for me. And at the end of the day, they handed me this book, and they're like, we want you to have this book. We really appreciate what you do for us. And I was like, holy cow, you got this book for us. So I haven't opened it. I still have the shrink wrap, but this is the Puzzle and Dragons illustration book. Here, I'll share it with you guys. I've only flipped through like 1 or 2 pages before I started this video. It's flipped horizontal. You see me. This is how I am normally, right? But this is me mirrored. Who is this man, right? So this is the Puzzle and Dragons illustrations. I just opened it up. It's got some really cool stuff. Let me see if I can turn to you guys. Oh man, check that out. So there's Mei Mei concept art is also Mei Mei finished. So cool. It's pretty updated. There's Folklore, I believe that's his name. Orochi. Divine Queen Hera is. We have Liu Bei. Holy cow. This is a really cool book. Thanks, Andy and Josh. I hope that I can scan this and then maybe have some really high res pictures. Who's that? That's Haku. Dude, check out the concept for Haku. This is from The Secret Works. I'll provide once again the ISBN in the About section, so if you want to purchase this book for yourself, put the ISBN in Google, search it, and it'll show this book up, and hopefully you're able to purchase it. But wow, that's The Secret Works. I think it goes all the way up to Dark Kali. So here's some Kali concept art. This one is smiling, so I think it's Light Kali. Yeah. There's Light Kali, and then there's Dark Kali here. Check it out, so cool. So that was day 1, hanging out with Andy and Josh. These guys are so cool. Wow, it's mirrored now. That was day 1, hanging out with all those guys. And then on day 2, Sunday. Sunday we had rehearsal, and I have taken some pictures to share with you guys. But yeah. Sunday I have pictures of the backdrop, and I had a chance to meet with the Gung Ho employees. I had a chance to meet with Mike and Antonio. I have a picture with Antonio. What a cool dude. He has his waifu shirt on. It's Bastet, his Bastet shirt, and they treated us to dinner. I had a chance to see the stage and the 3DSs that were going to be there. They told us about where we'll be sitting. I also had a chance to meet up with most of the Puzzle & Dragons contestants. So this is my time to give out a shout out to all the contestants: Craig, Tim, Yota, Trayson, Miguel, Brent, Steven, Jade, Nick, Johnny, Eric, Jasper, and then the community representatives, PuzzleBoss, Chef, and Ragnarok. On this day, I also had a chance to meet up with Phil. He wasn't a contestant, but he showed up with PuzzleBoss. Phil is part of two Measly Gamers, and him and Tyler. I didn't have a chance to meet with Tyler, but Phil and Tyler, they're part of two Measly Gamers. They're on Kamkord. So that was day 2, and then on day 3, which was the Monday, that was the actual day of the event. And so what we had to do, everybody at this time was staying at the Marriott, and we had to hop on the shuttle to the ESL gaming stage, the venue, and it's just a building, right? And this building had different rooms with, you know, different video games. I think there was a Call of Duty tournament at the time for ESL Gaming, and Puzzle & Dragons, we had our own corner. But we had to show up at like 10 in the morning, and the event didn't start until 3. It was really cool to be in the same room with everybody. There was so much skill in one area. There's so much passion for Puzzle & Dragons, and I think everybody was pretty friendly. There wasn't anybody who was, you know, really competitive and unfriendly and just like, you know, secluded in the corner. Everybody was pretty talkative. So on that day before the event, we also had like a practice run, and so Luke House, or Trey, Vincent, Brent, and we all had the chance to run through this whole thing twice. So we had a full run, and I thought I did really good that practice run, and everybody had a chance to, you know, go over what's going to happen, the procedure. We had to, you know, walk on stage, make sure our chairs were really quiet, because the announcers were behind the wall. So you see this backdrop and the stage, and then behind them are the announcers. So when we went to do our practice run, you can hear the guys talk about us. So as we're playing the game, we didn't have any headphones at the time, so we're matching, we're doing a practice run, and then you hear in the background like, and Luke House is in the lead. He's so far in the lead. He's doing so great. And you're like, oh God, I gotta catch up, you know. And I think a lot of the players, they wanted like headphones at that time. But then during the event, everybody had a chance to interview, and I thought it was really cool the way they set it up. Nick was the first person to ask for my autograph. I didn't expect to give out an autograph, but Nick asked for my autograph, and I was able to sign one from him. He got one from PuzzleBoss too, and it was really an honor to see all these young guys. To me, they're young. I'm 28, and some of these guys are like half my age, right? And they're wrecking it in Puzzle & Dragons, but it's really cool to see everybody at a really high competitive level, and to be able to see the way they play, the way they interact with the game. And it's motivated me to improve on my own play style. So I've been practicing quite a bit during this week, and I think I've improved a little bit, at least on speed. During the events on the stage, the first run, I ended up with 1 second left on the clock. I'm sure some of you have seen that. And a couple of things went wrong on this run. On the first stage, I think I remember I played high risk, and I tried to do an activation, but I was off by 1 turn, or by like 1 move. I only had to move, I think, like one of the orbs right 1 more, but I ran out of time. And so I didn't get the activation, and that got rid of some of the colors that I needed. So I had to reset up the board, and I was looking for, I think, maybe 1 more color, and I was getting orb trolled, and I didn't get that to Skyfall, and there were nerves all over the place. I decided to not bring headsets, so you can hear people in the background like, Luke House is in the lead, he's doing so great, and then you got Lest, he's doing so great. And then I'm like doing my best to finish the match, and I didn't even think about the time, but apparently I had like 1 second left on the clock. And I was thankful to finish that because I was thinking like, please let me finish without timing out. I don't want to finish without timing out. So then I managed to finish that with 1 second. And then on round 2, the second run through it, I felt a little bit more comfortable. I think the orbs were a little bit more friendly there. And I was able to finish pretty early, I think second behind Brent. And I didn't expect to move on to the next stage because in the practice trials, Luke House and Lest, Trey and Vincent, they were able to qualify during the practice run. So Brent and I were like, dude, these guys are so good. and so, we were there to have fun and try our best. So I personally had a lot of fun. I knew I wasn't able to maybe go all the way because these guys are ridiculously skilled. Overall, it was based on skill and luck, and these guys moved on. So congratulations to Luke House, Lest, Burning Ace, and Nick. I was cheering for all of them. So that was my experience on this Puzzle and Dragons tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed, learning about what I have experienced through this whole thing. It's really cool to me with Andy and Josh and all the contestants. Hopefully in the future I'm able to do another thing like this. I plan to keep on improving, and hopefully I'll be better in future events. I think they're releasing another 3DS Puzzle and Dragons, so I might get that if they're going to have another tournament, because it would be an honor to meet everybody once again. Hey guys, I'm here with Andy and Josh. And we're gonna close out the video with 10 combo.
In Tyler fashion, boys. In Tyler fashion.
Give me 10 combo.
Count of 3, 2, 1. 10
combo,
combo,
yeah! Yes! 10 combo, yes! Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope I see you guys soon. Thanks, bye.